My biggest issue with this recent Blue Lock chapter isn't the fact that Isagi Oichi did not score. It's the fact that Nigeria is able to do what they're doing knowing how things have been playing out. And what I mean by that is being able to do stuff like this. But not just Obabana, mainly that of Kuso. Mind you, homie has been gone for the past 3 chapters. This dude inner monologues, gets clipped, so on and so forth. But now all of a sudden he has the ability to do something like this when he really shouldn't be. You have individuals like Karasu and Reo, arguably top 3 with metavision, getting smoked by someone like Kuso who doesn't have metavision, let alone the ability to do something like this. Not to mention being able to collide with Raichi and manage to pass the ball against somebody who has a stronger core than Nico. Yeah, the same guy who is struggling to push Nico knowing that's the case. Is this telling me that Nico has a stronger core than Raichi, knowing that Raichi is like that when it comes to defensive plays? If that is the case, I find that very hard to believe. Raichi being a bigger individual and stronger altogether. All of this being able to be done because of a flashback / backstory, which I guess you could say is pretty consistent with how things have played out between Nigeria and Blue Lock. But that alone should not be able to justify the means, knowing the skill gap between Nigeria and Blue Lock. And this is something I've been mentioning for quite some time. Knowing the level that Blue Lock's at, playing in the NEL, proving that it worked, going up against teams that had New Gen 11 players and world-class players, Nigeria really should not be able to get down the field that easily. And granted, yes, it is 3-0 right now, but even then, are you telling me that Blue Lock is strictly offensive and no defense whatsoever? I get it, yeah, they're all strikers, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they can't defend. After all, to completely disregard that entire argument, we see strikers defend all the time. They have that ability. So that can't even be an argument in the first place. And knowing how Isagi in this match is trying to push Nigeria to evolve so he can evolve with 5 minutes left in the game, I don't see that working well in Isagi's favor. Because let's just say, for instance, Onazi does evolve. How exactly would Isagi go about utilizing this knowing he doesn't have near enough time to justify or fully adapt that specific thing? Unless they're trying to tell us that this is just a glimpse of what we're going to get in the France game, which is very much possible true. 3 times Nigeria has been able to run down the field and outdo these Blue Lock players knowing that should not happen. How does a team that doesn't have Metavision, Predator Eye, or any awakening whatsoever capable of even doing something like this, let alone getting to this extent? That is my biggest question. That in itself doesn't make very much sense unless you equate it to plot, which I'm led to believe is exactly the case here.